Today we're going to be taking a look at another RGB product. This one's from Corsair. This is an iCUE LC100. These are the triangle lighting accent tiles. I'll put an affiliate link in the description below if you want to go check those out. So the product I've got with me today is the expansion kit. I've got two of these here today, and both of them are expansion kits. They do make a master kit which comes with the Lighting Node Pro controller. You don't need that controller if you've already got one, or if you've already got a Commander Core XT, which we've taken a look at recently, or the Commander Pro. These will work just fine with that. Just plug into the RGB ports on either of those other controllers and it works great. So let's talk about the very first thing about this, and that's the price. You know, as amazing as some of this RGB stuff is, $99 just kind of smacks you in the face. It did me. It just seems kind of expensive for this. That is one of the problems I have with it, is just how expensive it is. And for 130 bucks, getting the same 9 tiles and a controller, you know, if you need the controller, you need it. So the price is pretty steep. That's, you know, going to be in the con column for this for sure. Let's go ahead and talk about these tiles. Again, the starter kit and the expansion kit, the tile sets are going to be exactly the same. So just one is the same as the other. Again, the only difference is that Lighting Node Pro controller. So the first tile we want to talk about is what's called the master tile. Each kit will come with just a single master tile, and that's the tile that has the SATA power connection, and it also has the 3-pin Corsair RGB connection back to the controller so that iCUE can talk to it. It's from this master tile that the remainder of the, what we'll call just the regular tiles, will get all of their signal and voltage. Now it does that through these connection rods, and you get two separate sizes with them. It comes with a 4mm connection rod and a 5.5mm connection rod. Now basically the 4mm one is to connect these on a flat surface just so they kind of fit tightly together. The 5.5 connection rod, which I think it comes with two of them, it's a little bit larger, so it allows you to work that tile around a tight corner. This connection rod just fits into a little groove here, and this connector is comprised of 5 little pins. Now this pin is kind of like a little shock absorbing pin, and there's 2 magnets on each side of that. And so it holds onto that bar fairly tightly, and you just put that in there, and then you can put the next tile and kind of click it in there. Now you can orient that in multiple different ways. Again, only 2 of the sides have the connector, so depending on which way you orient it is going to depend on which way your setup is going to go. And we'll go ahead and put the connection rod there. Now each tile will magnetically attach on its own, and then you'll put the connection rod there, and then you can just connect the additional tile, and then it will just kind of hug around this corner right here. And then you can go ahead and just continue from here. And you just have to pay attention to kind of how you want your setup to go. And every case will differ in how this gets done. And we'll angle this one here so that we can now kind of cross over again, and we'll use the other 5.5mm bar. We'll switch to the other side. Perfect. And then we'll make a run here. And these connection bars just kind of clip into place. And we'll just end up with our master tile here. Now you can do this first or in any order you want. There is no magic to it. One thing to note here, and I'm not sure why this is, but the documentation states go from the master tile either to the right or to the left. But when I'm using the iCUE software and you're setting it up, it tells you specifically to go to the right. And that's the only option it ever seems to give. It does not work going to the left. The models in iCUE don't give you the ability to go left. In this case, we're going to stick it over here so that it's the right. And there we go. And that's kind of how you could stick it into your case. So I'm going to take this connector and I'm going to plug it into the Lighting Node Pro. So it should already recognize my Lighting Node Pro. And you want to just click on that, and we're going to go to Lighting Setup. I've got them on LED channel 1. And let's go ahead to Lighting Setup. And we're going to tell it LCC accent triangle. So we have our master tile here. So now I've got this tile. I'm going to go ahead and click plus and add it. Now one thing you want to take notice of are these 2 white lines. If you're hovering over it, you can't see them, but if you just move your mouse off of it, you can see the 2 white lines. Those 2 white lines denote where the power connections are. So I have mine not in this orientation. I have it here and here, and this, so I need to rotate it. So I'm going to rotate it, and now that matches up to where my two power rails are. And here's where it's making the cross over the 90 degree of this bar. So it's coming over to here. We're going to add another tile. I'll make sure that matches up to where my power connection bars are. It does. So I'll go ahead and I'll keep adding. But that doesn't match up there because now I've got my two power rails here. So we want to go ahead and rotate it. So now we're coming across to this third one here. Let's add it. We've got a fourth one. That's correct. Now this one here does not match. So I need to rotate this. And again, we're going to come back now over the bar. This would be the top center of the bar down here. Come over here, plus, and that matches up. And then we'll add this one. And so once you're done with that, it knows that there's 8 tiles. Another anomaly in Corsair iCUE is it shows that you have number of, it shows companion triangles. So I guess that's technically correct. You only have 8 companion triangles. It's not counting the master triangle here. That's just kind of an odd thing to me, but it's really not a big deal. Just be aware of that this will only say 8, but you actually do have 9 tiles here. It's just not counting this master one. So once you have that configured, then you can go over to lighting channel 1, and then we can go ahead and apply a lighting sequence to it. That is watercolor. These do look better in person than what the camera is showing right there. So we got color shift. We got color warp. This is color wave. This is rain. Rainbow. And we get visor. Now let's go ahead and continue adding more tiles with this kit here. Now this kit here has given me trouble. This master tile, it worked the first couple times I used it. And then this master tile will not, it'll power itself if I plug it in, but it will not power any of the companion tiles off to the right. It just does not work. So, but we can use the remainder of the tiles here, and this kind of demonstrates just adding additional tiles and that you can get it to work even without putting the master tile in here. So let's go ahead and just continue this sequence here. And after 8, we're just going to add a 9th one. Now, I will point out that it does light this up here. It used to interrupt you when you did it, but it just shows up here as an event notification. And it's LC100 additional power required. An additional master triangle is required if 10 or more triangles are connected together. Okay, and we can go ahead and delete that alert. We're just going to continue. Partially, I'm doing this because this tile, this other master tile, is defective. It is not functioning properly. And then so we need to rotate this. Actually, we need to rotate that. So you just kind of have to keep rotating them around to kind of match this. Now we're going to rotate this. We're going to come up, rotate that, and then add that. Now let's go ahead and come back to lighting channel 1. And I've noticed iCUE will do this. Like for visor, in the quick lighting zones here, it only keeps the original tiles lit. So let's go ahead and select all and see if that will now follow that. Let's go ahead and go to watercolor. So now you can see they all light, and we don't have any power injected here. But we can go through, go to color shift. You can tell there that like these end tiles are not picking up that signal, which is kind of what I encountered earlier. It's way further in the chain though. This would be the type of problem you'd see if we're having power issues here. So a couple of interesting things I want to point out here is that on the first master tile, I did not need to connect the SATA power connection. It gets its power through the 3-pin RGB cable. And that works fine if all you're ever going to do is the first 9 tiles. But as soon as you add that 10th, as you see here on the screen, you want to go ahead and power that one to the SATA power connection. And you do not need to connect the 3-pin RGB cable on that 10th tile. So all 18 tiles will get its RGB signal from just that first master tile. Now, if you add additional kits into another channel, of course, you'll want to connect the first master tile to the next RGB channel, and so on and so forth. Generally, with most fans and most Corsair products, you can come in here and we've got the little dots here that would lead you to believe that you can click on it and turn on just an individual LED. But that is not the case. You cannot modify this. So if I go to quick lighting zone, I should be able to click these, but I can only select the entire tile. I can't select an individual LED like you can like on the fans to do some custom work. Now maybe that's something that's coming again in a firmware update, because it looks like it's able to do it here. It looks like they've kind of maybe got some future ability. And I know that like when you do visor or rain, the individual LEDs on here can do a different color independently. Every one of these, there's 9 LEDs on each tile. Each one can be a different color. You can see that clearly like when you select rain. So it seems to me that you should be able to click this and turn on individual LEDs and maybe do some cool sequences through here. And again, I've got the latest iCUE version as of just a day or two ago. So anyways, that's one limitation if you were looking forward to doing that. I don't know if that's coming, or what the issue is with that, but you cannot do really much customization work. Of course, you can do custom lighting sequences across the tiles as a whole like you always could. If you get a layout that's larger than the screen is able to display, it gives you these little controls over here to where you can kind of move it to the right, the left, up, down. You can zoom out, you can zoom in. So it gives you the ability to kind of see this as a whole. If you're considering this, take a look at your case and kind of figure where you might want to put them. And do you have flat surfaces there that you can do it? And where can you make these transitions, to a 90-degree angle? Just take that into consideration. You do need a little bit of room to do it. And you could, even on a flat surface, you can kind of mold these around into like, little pyramids and things like that. And that looks kind of cool. And let's try that and see what that looks like. But you can kind of get, some three-dimensional stuff going on here. So I hope that gives you some insight into what the Core iCUE LC100 lighting tiles are all about. We've gone over some of the quirkiness of the physical setup, some of the issues with the iCUE software and the documentation where not everything looks like it's maybe fully done. Maybe there's some room for Corsair, in a firmware update to fix a couple of the little things and just improve upon it. That said, the product's fully functional. It works good. It looks great for what it is when it's sitting in your case. It's pretty sharp looking, albeit in a couple of situations, it feels like it's maybe just out of place, like it doesn't quite fit some of the themes and the builds that I've got going on. But I could see, thinking back to some of the cases that I've built in, and some of the cases I might do in the future, I think this would have a really killer place, in those cases, and you could kind of expand this out, I think, to really make it look good. I'd be curious if, somebody out there has added, 4 or 5, 6 of these kits and really just kind of decked it all out on some of these big monster cases. That might be kind of fun to do. So anyways, would I recommend this to you? So it's like everything else. It kind of depends. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. if this is a product that you just really like and you think it'll look good in your case, go for it. It's functional, it works. I have had a problem with the one kit, but I think Corsair will stand behind that, or I'll return it and get that replaced. And sometimes that's just the luck of the draw. Every once in a while, something just goes bad. So, and overall with Corsair, I've had pretty good luck with their products. I've had very few of them ever fail. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. But that said, I think in the right situation, it'll look good. You shouldn't have any problems getting it to function. So go for it if you like that and you're okay with the price. That's really my biggest gripe about this is $100. Corsair just feels like it's just a touch too much, but I could probably say that with just about everything these days. Anyways, if you have any questions, comments, about this product, let us know what your experiences are with it, what you think. Your opinions and experiences might differ a little bit than mine with it, and totally love to hear what those are. If I can answer questions about it, put it in the comments below. I will answer those to the best of my ability and when I can get to them. So anyways, I really appreciate you watching. That's going to do it for today. Thank you very much. Bye.